Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marcos Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this election day. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Thousands of San Diegans have already cast their ballots for the primaries. KPBS reporter Alexander Nguyen is live at the Registrar of Voters in Kearny Mesa. Alex, I understand you spoke with the registrar just a short time ago about voter turnout. So what can you tell us?
That's right, Maya. Registrar of Voters Sean Braun says that about 24% of voters have already cast their ballot, and he's expecting about 36 to 40% of voters to turn out this election.
It's really about voter education. In addition to all the materials that we send out to voters, we also have voter education workshops, and we continue to go out into community events. So we want to make sure voters are informed not only of their options, but also just what's available out there.
As you know, for this year's gubernatorial race, there are more than 50 candidates, and that has some voters waiting until the last minute to cast their ballots to see who's emerging at the top. One voter I talked to says it was hard to get excited about any one race for any one candidate this year.
Politics have been so divisive lately. It's hard to get excited about it. It feels like when you think about it, it's about fear, not like who you think is going to do the best for you. So it's taken a while to get excited about it.
And Maya, if you're like me and you haven't voted yet, you have until about 8 o'clock to cast your vote. Any voting center, if you're in line by 8 o'clock, you can cast your ballot live at Kearny Mesa. I'm Alexander Nguyen. Back to you.
Thank you, Alex, for that report. Two issues San Diegans are focused on are the cost of living and homelessness. Our media partner KGTV was outside the Martin Luther King Jr. Recreation Center speaking with voters who say they are particularly concerned about rising gas prices and rent.
It took like $50 to fill my car. As recently as last week, it was almost $80 to fill my car. So gas is one among the many issues that I would like to see change.
People who are from San Diego, work in San Diego, spend money in San Diego, should be able to afford the places that they want to live.
Cost of living specifically, as well as just trying to find someone who represents the community better.
And be sure to check out the KPBS Voter Hub for all of your election primary needs. There you can find explainers about what's on your ballot, as well as the ballot drop box and vote center locations that could be near you. And of course, that's where you will find election results as well. Just go to kpbs.org/voterhub.
Well, overnight tonight dropping down to the low 60s once again, and those intermittent clouds sticking with us. We've seen the marine layer make some progress for our inland areas, but along the coast, well, June gloom, it is what it is. Now, we're going to see some change in our temperatures as we head towards the end of the week and towards the weekend. I'll break down exactly what to expect coming up.
Imagine getting a phone call and hearing a loved one's voice on the other end begging you for help, then alleged kidnappers demanding a ransom for their release. It's called an AI voice cloning scam, and they're becoming more common. Jen Sullivan explains how they work and how you can avoid becoming a victim.
It's a terrifying scam, getting a phone call and hearing the desperate pleas for help from what sounds like a loved one. It's a horrifying scenario that Deborah Del Mastro knows all too well.
In the beginning, it was the panic attack.
The California mom says she received a phone call from an unknown number. When she answered, she heard a man's voice saying her 37-year-old daughter had been kidnapped by a Mexican cartel and demanded $20,000 for her release. And then she hears her daughter's voice pleading for help.
It sounded just like her.
But it wasn't her daughter. Instead, scammers used AI to mimic her daughter's voice. It's known as an AI voice cloning scam, and these types of hoaxes are easy for scammers given the technologies available. Fraudsters can use AI to steal and clone your voice, making it nearly indistinguishable from the real thing.
My daughter's voice said back to me, "I'm so sorry, Mom. I love you."
Del Mastro says she wired the scammers around $5,000 because that's all she could get at that moment, and said it could have been worse. But that's money she says she now can't get back.
As a parent, when you truly believe that your adult child, is in distress and terror, distress like that, you'll do anything.
That desperation and panic is what scammers rely on because panic can outweigh reason. That's why experts say to take a moment to recognize the red flags. Try and contact your loved one through other means like a text message or call from another phone. Experts also recommend families establish code words to help verify each other's identity in situations like this one. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Could you save a life in 5 minutes? It's CPR and AED Awareness Week, and KPBS reporter Katie Hyson went to a Free City workshop today to learn how.
Press, 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 press. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I don't want to spend no time to talk.
San Diego Project Heartbeat trains people how to do CPR and use a defibrillator, or AED.
Stay clear of patient. Analyzing heart rhythm.
They want to make AEDs as accessible as fire extinguishers. They've helped place more than 11,000 in the San Diego region since 2001, saving 223 lives so far.
Which may not seem like a lot, but if it's your loved one, it's huge.
Maureen O'Connor is their program manager. She says it's better to do bad CPR than none at all. But too often, bystanders don't jump in. And if the person needing help is a woman, they're less likely to get it.
Only 39% of women in public, so less than half, receive CPR because the public are afraid to bare the person's chest and put their hands on the person's chest. But if they don't do that, they may as well just stand there and watch that person die.
Project Heartbeat will host its next free workshop on June 16th at the Point Loma Hervey Branch Library.
Woo-hoo! Good job!
Katie Hyson, KPBS News.
There are more than 800,000 dogs in San Diego County, like this cutie behind me. That estimate is based on data from U.S. Census and the American Veterinary Medical Association. But as the cost of living rises, so does the cost of keeping pets healthy. As part of our series, The Price of San Diego, health reporter Heidi DeMarco looks at the growing price of pet care.
Hey, Rue. When Tabitha Babcock brought home her Newfoundland puppy, Cerulean, she thought she was starting a new chapter.
The color blue. It was my favorite Crayola crayon when I was little.
But just a week later, everything changed.
He was really sick and he had to go to the ER and basically was set on blood transfusions and glucose drips, and it was really sad and life-threatening. And
the emergency visit came with a steep price tag, about $4,000. And at just 9 weeks old, Babcock says she was forced into a heartbreaking decision. She signed a do not resuscitate order.
With my DNR, I signed it because it was like as much as my savings as I had. And I was like, I just can't, especially when there was no hope really.
She says the vet didn't expect him to survive the night.
Dug a little grave for him in my backyard and just laid on the floor with him and was like, buddy, can you please fight as hard as you can?
And Cerulean did. Now 7 years old and weighing about 150 pounds, Cerulean is still by her side, a calm, gentle giant.
It was such a miracle. So that was how we started our journey together. Little trauma bonding.
After weeks of treatment, antibiotics, and follow-up care, he slowly recovered, but the financial impact lingered.
We lost that whole cushion, so then it was like everything else we had to buy, continuing on for those multiple months, whether that be medication or special food, was a stressor, like for me, for sure. It probably took a year to feel comfortable in life again.
An analysis of federal inflation data shows prices for veterinary services have jumped about 40% since 2021. That's faster than overall inflation during the same period. And dog owners in San Diego spent about 38% more on vet care than the national average, about $1,100 a year. The price increases are especially notable for preventative care. In 2021, dog dental cleanings in San Diego were estimated around $320. Now, the cost is estimated at closer to $700, and that's before any extractions or additional treatment.
It's a big worry that I think of quite often, and we try to do a lot of like preventative health, even for his teeth, but I do know he'll probably need some help, and it'll be a big chunk of change.
For Babcock, those costs don't end at the vet office. Food, supplements, and preventative care can add up to about $375 every couple of months.
We used to do raw diet. That has absolutely gone up, so we absolutely do not do that anymore right now.
Pet insurance is one option for dog owners to offset unexpected medical bills, but monthly premiums can range from about $30 to more than $150 per month, depending on the dog's age, breed, and coverage limits. Cerulean has a pre-existing condition. Babcock says it makes finding useful insurance coverage more complicated.
I had, all the comparison charts, all the insurances, what would work best. And so ultimately it wasn't going to help me at that point.
Now, as Cerulean gets older, she's reconsidering it.
We've paid out of pocket since then. He's not had any major health issues, so we're just, praying and hoping that it continues that way.
Across San Diego County, dog owners say they're feeling similar pressure as the cost of living rises. Some say they delay or decline care because of cost. Others say they cut spending elsewhere just to keep up with pet expenses. For Babcock, the rising cost of caring for Cerulean has also forced bigger questions.
I think a big worry is would I have to move in order to afford just a comfortable lifestyle, because it is so high in San Diego.
Still, she says the bond she shares with Cerulean makes the financial strain worth it.
He brings me a ton of comfort, a ton of peace. I'd sell all my furniture before he's not going to be taken care of.
Heidi DeMarco, KPBS News.
And the story is part of our Price of San Diego series. We have more cost of living stories about everything from rising gas prices to saving money on live sports events. Check it out online at kpbs.org/Price of San Diego. For some children in San Diego, going on summer break doesn't just mean no class. It also means less food. The California Department of Social Services partnered with the California Department of Education to fight child summertime hunger with the Sunbucks Food Assistance Program. For 3 years, the program has helped families feed their children when school is out. Families who qualify will receive a card with $120 loaded on it for each eligible child. The San Diego Hunger Coalition says many eligible families don't participate and miss out on meals.
In 2025, Sunbucks helped bridge the gap in our state for many, yet thousands of eligible children still did not participate, representing nearly 1.4 million missed meals and $6.2 million in unclaimed benefits for our local economy.
Participation in Sunbucks does not affect immigration status. Families should feel completely safe using the benefits their children qualify for. This program is safe, it is confidential, and it is here to support you.
Most qualifying families will begin to receive their Sunbucks cards in the mail in the coming weeks. Other families can apply for the benefits at their child's school. The 2026 FIFA World Cup kicks off next week. Bank of America has released a sweeping new report on the potential financial impact of the World Cup, as well as sectors of the economy that are set to benefit the most. Ivan Rodriguez has more.
The 2026 World Cup is the biggest tournament in history. 48 teams, 104 matches, and 16 host cities spread across the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. But beyond the goals and glory, Bank of America says this tournament is an economic force unlike anything we've seen. A new Bank of America report calls the 2026 FIFA World Cup the largest sporting event ever staged. According to a FIFA and World Trade Organization study cited in the report, this year's World Cup could add roughly $41 billion to global GDP and support more than 800,000 jobs worldwide. In the U.S. alone, that's an estimated 185,000 jobs and more than $17 billion in GDP generated.
There's a number of industries that will benefit from it. Obviously, travel, you've got to stay somewhere, food and drink. You often find people sort of want to buy sports, gear. So obviously sporting goods are going to benefit from that as well.
Beyond the economic windfall, the report calls this the first ever, quote, AI World Cup. Bank of America estimates more than 90 petabytes of direct tournament data will be generated, 45 times more than the last World Cup. 90 petabytes equals about 90 billion megabytes of data. Michael Hartnett says the scale of digital engagement is unprecedented.
The final itself could use that day or those couple of hours during that final 7% of all global internet traffic, which is pretty amazing. But then again, you think about the last final that took place in 2022, 1.5 billion people watched that final. It's now 1.5 billion people watching the final and interacting with social media and engagement in this, that, and the other with it. And that creates a tremendous amount of AI that goes with that.
Hartnett also warns of potential headwinds, including the rising cost of travel, elevated ticket prices, and concerns about summer heat for players across all the host cities. Still, Hartnett believes that when all is said and done, the tournament will deliver economically. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
The city's poet laureate is more than halfway through her 2-year term. KPBS arts reporter Julia Dixon-Evans says Paola Capo Garcia wants everyone to feel welcome in the world of poetry.
When Paola Capo Garcia began her term as Poet Laureate in January 2025, she knew it would be a roller coaster.
But I didn't expect it to be quite as intense as it has been, which is a beautiful thing, right? That a lot of places in San Diego want to do poetry events. I didn't expect that.
But when I step in, the future gets ready to leave.
She also continues to work full-time as an educator.
And what I love about it is its accessibility, its brevity. The language is not complicated, but the metaphor is really, really rich in this poem.
Being Poet Laureate comes with a stipend, but she says it's just enough to cover the costs of her signature project, Apertura. The word means opening.
Because it is an opening, it's an invitation to people to experience poetry in a different way and to open themselves up more to the possibilities of poetry.
Apertura includes a video poem exhibit and 3 poetry zines featuring youth, Latino and Filipino communities, and people impacted by the justice system.
If I think back on what I think are the most meaningful experiences I've had during my tenure, I want to keep coming back to the work I've been able to do inside prisons. That has completely changed my life.
Ultimately, Capo Garcia says she's found this year of civic poetry to be a kind of proof for her mission.
It has affirmed to me, or confirmed really, my suspicion that a lot of people want and need poetry in the city, and that I do think that it is for everyone.
Poetry submissions for Apertura are due September 1st. Julia Dixon-Evans, KPBS News.
Well, if you're along the coast, you're not getting rid of those morning low clouds anytime soon, but that's to be expected. We call it June gloom, not for nothing. Now, some of us are going to see our temperatures heat up the next couple of days, especially as we get into our desert regions. But a new system moves in Friday, not necessarily bringing us any rain chances, but it does bring a cool down. So we go 5 to 10 degrees above historical averages for certain areas and then back down a little below historical averages by the time we get towards the weekend and into next week. Let's start with tonight, though. 50s in Mount Laguna, upper 60s for Borrego Springs. We get to 59 in Oceanside and 62 for San Diego. As we head into tomorrow, well, looks very familiar, right? We see intermittent clouds pretty far inland around Borrego Springs into the desert regions. Of course, we do not have the clouds, just plenty of sunshine. Low 70s for Chula Vista in San Diego and Oceanside. All of our coastal communities seeing about the same high temperature for tomorrow. We're into the triple digits for Borrego Springs. This is what I'm talking about with the heat. 71 though for Mount Laguna. So let's take a look at your 5-day outlook, starting off with the coast. So not a ton of variation here, and no surprise, we don't expect too much variation. We are going to see our lows warm up a little bit. We go from Wednesday to Thursday, so stepping out the door might be a little bit more comfortable compared to previous days, but overall we're staying in the low 70s. Further inland, we have a brief hint of the 80s. Thursday getting a high of 81, but we're back down to the 70s soon after that. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Looks like a pleasant weekend overall, though. A few clouds, but nothing too much to complain about. Into our mountain regions, we go from the 70s Wednesday and Thursday, and then we cool right back down into the 60s. Our lows not straying too far, though, until we get to Sunday. Then we go from that 57 low to 51. Then we take a look at our desert regions. It is a brief stint into the triple digits. Get used to it. In the summer, it's going to be even worse, of course. But 102 Wednesday, we get back to the 90s by Friday. I know 99, not much of a difference, but we'll take it. It's out of the triple digits. And then we continue to drop as we head through the weekend. For KPBS News, I'm AccuWeather's Anna Azalian.
I'm Jeff Bennett. Tonight on the NewsHour, President Trump picks a housing official to be acting director of national intelligence. What we know about Bill Pulte at 7 after Evening Edition on KPBS.
Digital Gym Cinema is joining a global film festival to offer counter-programming to summer fun. KPBS cinema junkie Beth Accomando is excited about a week-long film series catering to her dark side, Bleak Week, Cinema of Despair.
LA's renowned American Cinematheque has expanded its Bleak Week, Cinema of Despair, to nearly 100 theaters across the United States and around the world to create a global film festival.
So the Digital Gym Cinema was approached by the American Cinematheque, and so we curated these films specifically for this cinema.
Glenn Heath Jr. is the artistic director at Digital Gym Cinema.
So Bleak Week is a film festival that happens every June that the American Cinematheque created in 2022. Kind of coming out of the pandemic, kind of feeling this overarching sense of dread, they curated an entire film festival full of these challenging art films that really kind of speak to the darker themes of humanity and kind of the more depressing films in film history. So they wanted to give everyone an opportunity to kind of see those films on the big screen, with the hopes of just trying to kind of like collectively take a sigh of relief after coming out of the pandemic.
Bleak Week is obviously not for everyone. But if you're like me and love films that embrace the darkness with fearless artistry and sometimes breathtaking beauty, then this is the festival for us. For the festival's opening night on Friday, Heath programmed Nicholas Roeg's horror masterpiece, Don't Look Now.
Because its imagery, its approach to gothic and psychological horror really has stuck with me over the course of the last 25 years and has only been kind of more pronounced ever since I became a parent, because it's about kind of the psychological horror of losing a child. So it stars Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie. It's one of the kind of the seminal films from the 1970s. And then I also wanted to screen Alan King's Dying at Grace, which is a 2003 documentary that's set entirely in a cancer ward over the course of an entire year. I think it's one of the great documentaries of all time, and it's very criminally underseen.
War is another prominent theme in the films selected.
Kind of as a country and as all across the world right now, it seems like combat and war is such a prominent theme, not just literal wars, but kind of the daily struggle to make it through the day. And so I think a lot of these films deal with the sacrifice and the toll that stress and that combat takes on people, whether they're at home or abroad. And so I really wanted to approach that theme. You've got the war films by Andrzej Wajda, and then you've got Fires on the Plain by Kon Ichikawa, which is a war film. And The Red and the White is kind of the ultimate, which really is kind of one of the most harrowing war films ever.
If you attend the festival, you'll receive this cool passport made by cinema associate Lori Pena. And remember to get it stamped so you can receive prizes for being an adventuresome film goer willing to travel to dark terrain. Bleak Week runs from Friday through June 11th. The themes may be bleak, but the filmmaking is exhilarating. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
And here is a look at what we are working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. KPBS Midday Edition is checking in on where all the top state and local races stand on the day after the election. And KPBS is busy on all platforms this election night, and there is something new from the Public Matters team. Jake Gada from KPBS and Bella Ross from Voice of San Diego will host a live stream on the KPBS YouTube and Facebook pages. They'll be talking live about the local race results as soon as they come in. You can check out the live stream, and that starts at 8 o'clock tonight. And if you still need help getting out your vote, we want to remind you about the KPBS Voter Hub. There you can find explainers about what's on your ballot, as well as ballot drop box and vote center locations near you. And of course, that's where you'll find election results as well. Just go to kpbs.org/voterhub. And you can find all of tonight's stories right there on our website, kpbs.org. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Good night.
Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marco Shiley, and by the following: and by viewers like you. Thank you.